Last few days I've been sitting around pondering, realizing there's something that I've been missing for a while. That is live music. Going to a concert. Granted, we can live stream stuff. Everything is online now. But you miss the experience of going to the show. Feeling the crowd interaction, feeling the band getting into it, the people getting into it, the mosh pits. God, I miss mosh pits. My body, on the other hand, does not miss mosh pits. It says, you're too old, keep your ass in the chair in the back. Somewhere along the lines, my body revolted against me. Go figure. Do a couple thousand mosh pits and suddenly your body's going, no. You cough on getting out of the chair and you're crippled for a week. You think bumping into 400-pound dudes in a circle pit is a good idea during Slipknot? Yeah, think again. Set your butt down, you moron. But all in all, I've been going to concerts for, I think, 20-some years now. I went to my first one at 16 in the good old town of Salina, Kansas, in the Labor Building. If you remember the Labor Building, oh, what an interesting little place. Labor Building with the band from Hayes, Kansas called Grin, who had a ginger for a vocalist, and the band Gulch that I ended up years later being able to do a show with. That was a fun thing, especially when I told them they were my first concert I ever went to. They told this young 20-some-year-old kid to piss off because it made him feel old. But always loved watching Gulch play. I've seen them a bunch. But just sitting there reminiscing about old concerts, bands I've seen. I saw Soulfly, Suicide Silence, Stone Sour, Superjoint Ritual, Black Label, Ozzy. Oh, who else did we see? We saw Judas Priest, Slipknot back in the day, Lamb of God many a times, Machine Head, Gojira, little small town things in the bar that we saw. It was like Hemlock, Suicide Silence again. Oh, who else was there? That was like Napalm Death, 36 Crazy Fist, Walls of Jericho. In this moment before they became big and famous and rock stars. Just ungodly amounts of shows. Took parts in tons of them too, because either promoting or helping friends with it, learning the tricks of the trade. So when I did get into a band, I knew what the hell I was doing, which paid off in the long run because I could promote like nobody's business. Thanks to about 3 or 4 people that showed me the ways of what they had learned, and I took it into complete aspiration or some other big word like that. But yeah, it's just anymore you can't go out. Try mosh pitting 6 feet apart. Look like those stomp dancing kids that I would do that, but I'm afraid I'd probably like throw a hip or something, be laying on the ground, my friends would laugh at me. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure my friends would laugh at me if I wasn't laughing at myself, and I'd probably tell them to go, "Give me another beer! I can't feel my leg." But I've also seen people break their arms and return right back to the concert and go mosh pitting. So, I had some crazy ass friends. Oh, just the stories alone. Backstage, sneaking into an area that I wasn't supposed to be at, and the rest of my bandmates couldn't get into it. So I lived on a different planet, different realm. The rules did not apply to me. Tons of friends that I made along the way, and I miss seeing them on a regular basis, but all of us went our separate ways. We all grew up. Okay, we may not have grown up, but we got older and things changed, because I think most of us are probably still about a 7-year-old maturity level on a good day. I've seen some of your guys' Facebook pages. You might be a 6-year-old, like, if you're lucky on a good day. I've seen, like, 3-year-olds that have a higher maturity level. But to each their own, that's how we roll. But yeah, every one of us, we either change formats of music, different music aspirations, different things, doing our own thing. There's plenty of us, me included. I know about 3 or 4 other people that got into photography. So it's, you never know. I still have quite a few of them on Facebook that I see every now and then. Kind of like when you call, just the nicknames that we had for everybody. I was in a band for 6 months before they actually asked me what my real name was. So, I mean, it's what it is. But those times were a lot of fun. They were crazy. Stories are wild, especially when you step away from it for a few years and you get back together for a concert for, basically it was like a Toys for Tots type deal, and you suddenly start hearing all these stories about stuff you did, and suddenly you're able to piece in all the little gray areas. But back to the whole thing of just missing live music. YouTube is a hell of a thing. You can check out all kinds of new bands on there. I've found plenty. I've had friends show me them. I've clicked on links on Facebook, Instagram, checked stuff out, really liked it, listened to whole albums. So the music's still there. It's just the way the world changed, and I hope we can get back to live music, but that'd be really interesting when you have like grandkids, you pull out a DVD and you're like, I was at this! We used to play live music! There were 2,000 people in there kicking the hell out of each other! And see that drunk idiot on the crowd in the tie-dye shirt? Yeah, that was me. But I told my kids that MTV used to play music, and that's what the M stands for, and they look at me like I'm out of my mind. So actually, come to think of it, I think my kids look at me out like I'm out of my mind 90% of the time anyways, which I can't really argue or blame them. I'm me, so we will try this in a link in the little commenty thing below. If you watched to this point, thank you, I appreciate it. Also, if you get to this point, drop your first concert. Let me know who you went and saw. Or just a hell of a good night of a band that you saw. So, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and someday, hopefully, I pray to whatever entity or deity or whatever it is that we can get back to some live music. Even if I can just stand in the back drinking salsa water because my heartburn and my hip are bad. Still beat you with my cane in a mosh pit. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And the music's not too loud, so I'm not that old. Take care of yourself. And make sure, above all, everyone in your vicinity can hear the music you like. Unless it's after curfew, then the cops usually show up and tell you to shut up. Which sucks, but oh well. Apparently some people have to sleep. Maybe we'll get live music back.